Do me a favor and watch this video.
Hi.
Hi girls. My name is Brantley. I'm a nice guy. Okay.
Sorry.
That's okay.
These queens, my name is Johnny.
Is that a girl's jacket?
Hey ladies, my name is Lake. I'm 5'11 and 3/4.
You ain't even 6 feet for real.
Why did you ask me? What is this?
Hey, how you doing?
Great.
Hey ladies.
Are those overalls? Girl, this is whack. We about to leave.
No, wait. That was just a warm around. Give me a second. Babe, I need them to stay. Do you have any sexy, tall, single, rich friends?
No, but I have an idea.
Okay.
Sup ladies, I'm Wes and I'm a happily married man.
Now, obviously it's a skit, right? And obviously there's some exaggerations there. But compared to the show, it's pretty damn accurate, you know. Overall, it's pretty damn accurate. Now, does this reflect real society? To some extent, yes. Okay. But this is under certain criteria. The first criteria is that the man that is in question, that these women are going over, that is married, has to be somewhat attractive. And this just exposes the hunter mentality of female. Because females also like to hunt. Females like to hunt for things that they can't have. Men in general like to hunt because they don't have anything. So they would like to get any woman that they can, for the most part, because they don't have that much options. But women that have options are like rich men, right? They hunt because they have the urge to satisfy some grandiose sexual desire. It's not because they cannot get a guy outside that is not married and that is single. But it's like, oh my God, this guy's been taken? Well, I can have him. Now you might be like, why would they do it on that mentality? Well, because sexual desire is not really a rational thing. And it has a lot to do with scarcity. What you don't have, you want. Especially if it's attractive and somebody else has it. Especially if you're talking about it from the pure lust perspective. Lust is desiring to partake in things just to satisfy your urges. And there are very few things that go more with lust than covetousness, because you covet what somebody has and you are both lustful and dissatisfied. So these women are looking for what they can get. And now you might be like, oh, I don't get that. I don't get that. But I will give you a clear example that you could understand. Now, think of when you might have been young. Okay. One day you just browsing the internet and you stumble across pornographic pictures. Lots of pornographic pictures. You're overwhelmed, but some of you are just having a demon time to every one of those pictures, right? It's the first time you're seeing it. Oh my God, you're aroused by everything because now everything is there. As a guy, you have been horny, and the most you've seen is some kind of weird, small, naked clip on a movie that you had to rewind multiple times. Especially if you're back in the 90s or you're born in the 90s, then you can understand what this means. But when you just get exposed to a bunch of porn at some point, and you're just going to be trying to satisfy your desires to every one of them. But as time passes, you start getting selective. As time passes, you do not refute the fact that the women that you used to, do things to yourself with are still attractive. Those women still look attractive, but you get tired of them. You're like, I don't need this shit. I'm looking for very specific things that can re-arouse my sexual instinct. And the most majority of the first videos you see on the website, you're not going to click any of them. In fact, you're going to be irritated when you see an ad pop up about a woman making out with herself or something. You're like, I don't want to see this shit. This is not why I came here. You cancel it. But 10 years prior, you would have been jerking after that shit all day. But this day, because you're used to it, you're like, I don't care about this. Cancel. You've had enough of it, right? You want to see exactly what you're looking for. You're looking for a very specific niche. Well, that's kind of how women are in a way, right? Women do find the vast majority of men attractive. They say that they don't because they don't find them as attractive, but they do find them attractive, and only based on their options do they navigate which one is more attractive and which one is less attractive. If they have almost no options, then almost all men are attractive. If they have a lot of options, then most men are unattractive and only a very few men are attractive. So everything is based on the level of options that they have. When women have less options, or women have the same options as the average man, she's going to find every guy sexually appealing. At least almost every guy sexually appealing, because she can't get any. If she has, like many women, a lot of options compared to the average guy, then the average guy is not going to be that appealing. Think of it from this perspective. Women have a bunch of men ready to simp for them. They have a bunch of men trying to buy things for them. Not a lot of men trying to fly them out, which is ironic because that's what a lot of talking points in the red pill movement is. But some women do have men trying to fly them out. But the mass majority of women don't have men trying to fly them out. They're just inaccurate. But they do have men in their DMs. They do have men complimenting them. Oh, you're beautiful. Oh, you're this. Oh, we take you out to dinner. Blah, 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 blah. A lot of women have that going on. So now they don't see these men because they've been raised to see these men always doing this shit and trying to get with them. They don't see these men as important. But the men that they can't have, the men that are already entangled with some woman, which is social proof, and further social proof makes women want you the most because now you have social proof that women actually like you and women who actually want to have a kid. In fact, women liked you so much in their head that this woman decided to sign a contract to be with you for the rest of her life. At least this is how the women are thinking about it. And so now they're like, oh my God, what does this guy have? That he was chosen, it was picked. And especially if a man is attractive, it's going to make it exponentially more enticing to these women. That's the irony of the world. Those who have get more. Those who have not get less. Because the world fails people who have. That's just the way it is. So women are going to be like, oh my God. And they're going to try to approach you based on the fact that they think that you are special because some woman decided to choose you and have your children, right? And now, the irony is that the red pill movement will see this and they will say, well, that's because they feel that this man has a lot of ability to provide for a woman. And that turns them up from a biological perspective. I'm like, that's the most stupid shit I've ever heard. It's not because of that. Because they want to fuck the guy. Oh, did I mention that they want to fuck the guy? That's it. It's not because the conquest in women's head and the conquest in men's head that can afford to have multiple women is the desire to have sex. It's a sexual thing. It's not a rational financial decision that they're making to go with you. No. Because if you are married, and if you are a married man, women are not stupid. They know you're not going to be sharing resources with them. Especially if they are the side bitch. Women know that they're the side bitches when they're the side bitches. They just want to fuck the guy. Because they're like, oh, they're not thinking of it from the perspective of, oh, this man must be rich. That's why this woman. No. Because they can see you and they can pretty much see whether you're low level in financially to some extent or high level based on how you dress and you compose yourself. But one thing they obviously are looking for is some sexual desire being satisfied. Or maybe even some emotional desire being satisfied. Because they're like, if this woman is prepared to marry you for the rest of her life, then you must be providing with some emotional stability in her head. But for the most part, it's sexual. It's always have been sexual. Women are not trying to risk getting beaten up by another woman because they want this man to provide financially for her. No. She's doing that because she wants to get a itchy coochie scratched by some dick. It's amazing how men can see many instances of these things happening where women are hiding, risking getting caught, risking getting exposed as a man stealer, and are ready to risk all that shit just because they want money? No, it's because they want to get fucked. I've seen women get beat, like beaten the fuck out of. And this woman that was married to this man didn't even touch the guy because, which is kind of weird. She decided to go gather her female friends and they found this woman and they beat the living shit out of her. I know this because the woman was my friend. And I asked her, but why did you have, an intercourse with this guy? She was like, well, she just fell in love with him. I was like, it was a dick. I was like, really? Really? You just fell in love with him? Or maybe just the fact that, you had an itch to scratch. And somehow, preselection got the better of you and you decided to have sex with a guy that was married. Risking your reputation, risking getting beaten up. And the funny thing is, she still continued to have sex with that guy. That's the funny thing about it. Which obviously, the guy is obviously fucking wrong. And any guy that has to be in a relationship and go have sex with another woman outside of a relationship is obviously wrong. But at the same time, sexual urges in females are sexual urges in females. And yes, women need to control that urges as most women do, because most women Even though the urge might kick in them to be like, hey, this guy's been preselected, maybe go after him. Most women be like, no, it's not worth it. It's way, way too risky. The same way many men that are going to cheat with married women be like, it's just too risky to get involved with another man's wife. And so they do the calculation in their head and like, it's not worth it. It's not worth it at all. It's not worth it at all. So, long story short, it's not because of this ability to provide excess resources. As the red pill movement we have, you believe, is because they see the fact that another woman is prepared to have your kids as an indirect sexual correlation to that. You might be good in bed, or at least be good in providing some kind of social/sexual benefit to a woman. It's not because of financially. Now, are there women that go after married men because of their money? Yes. But you have to understand that most men that are married aren't rich. Because to find a married man that is rich is rare. Because to find a rich man is rare. Keep that in mind. It's rare. It's much more easy to find a random woman that is beautiful than to find a rich man. A man that is rich is exceptionally rare to find. So it's not because of riches, even though that could be a thing. Because a lot of women already have men that are single, that are rich, that want to fuck with them, that want to have sex with them. That's not the point. The point is the desire to conquer. It's a sexual instinct in men and women to conquer something that they don't have, to find a new thing and something that they cannot have, or at least it seems that they cannot have. It's just a taboo subject. It's like pain and pleasure mixed together in sex. Never supposed to be together. You're never supposed to have pain associated with sexual pleasure, but a lot of that tends to be the case in today's society and has always been the case because for some weird reason, pain and pleasure tends to mix when it comes to sexual desire. Anyway, guys, that's all I got to say today, and I will see you guys later.